This is the Iron Trader, and this is the weekend edition. Today we're going to be talking commodities. So first of all, we're going to look at here is Bitcoin, BTC. We're going to look here at gold. We're going to look at silver. We're going to look at the dollar. And then we're going to take a good look here at crude oil and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, first of all, here we have Bitcoin. A lot of people like trading the old Bitcoin. Now you can see here that we just had basically a good flat line going on, and then when she starts rising up, she just ripped. Now this down period here was basically when they were issuing all those ETFs, okay, for so everyone could trade the old Bitcoin, okay. So that came down, but then when she broke out, you can see you always want to look to the left of that candle. That was at 49,435. Once we start getting above that, then she just ripped higher. But now look at how a nice sideways action, okay? So it has a target on here, I think of like 150,000 or something like that. But anybody can be blowing smoke and say it's going to go up there, you know. Again, what we have here Friday, we had just a huge red candle. Same way we have, I'll show you later here on gold and silver and pretty much everything, okay? So, but we have sideways action. So what we want to watch, let's just watch the downside first. So this is what we want to watch here on the downside. Okay, so this is Friday's low. This is 65,375. Okay, now you can see you're right into that trading, support level right there. Okay, so again, if that's lost here, then what we do, we just look to the lowest one possible. What do we have here? You got 64,910. Okay, and then we have 65,000. Okay, but realistically, watch this 65,375. That is going to be very, very key here on the downside. Okay, so again, if that is lost here, we can follow here, but then we want to look at these targets here. Okay, so this one here is, you look at this, is 62,655, and then we have 62,485. So this here was a nice, good double bottom situation, which obviously took the price higher. So that is what you want to watch, okay? And then again, if that's lost, then we'll come right to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 61,020, which is that price channel right there. Now, your 50-day is lining up very, very nicely with that. You're at 61,288. So those are your key levels here that you want to watch, okay? This 50 SMA here, which is just a smidge higher, and then we have that retest of this bottom of this candle sitting there at 6120. So that's some very, very good support levels. Like obviously, if that's lost, we can come to the bottom of this red candle here. You're looking at 6120 here. But look at here, you still have a really nice range. Even though it's sold down here, see your support levels here, come right across there. See, very, very good support levels here coming right across here. So when we look at the top of this candle, this is why you always want to look. See how when these price channels move on up here, okay? You always want to look to the left of that. So when we look here to the top of that candle, you're looking at that 64,900. And see, you can see the support coming off of that all the way through here, okay? So we just take that right across it. So far, you're just trading that range. Now, on the upside, there's really two really key levels. The first one is going to be this 21 SMA, 68,442, and then we have your 8 SMA, 69,091. I know that these are really big numbers, when you look at it, you say, oh, geez, look at the difference between the 21 and the 8-day. But, you have to understand this is a $70,000 tag here on this one here. So this is what you want to watch on the upside is that 21 SMA, and then we want to watch that 8 SMA. Now, again, if you can get above that, then we can just follow the candles. So you have 70,560, you have 71,770, and then we want to look here, 71,805. That was a Friday's high. And then look at, you can see here, okay, when you come right across, okay, you can see all the resistant levels going on right here. So then what we do is we'll look to the top there, 72,455, and then we have 73,380. Again, your big breakout is 74,415. Now, a sideways action is still always very, very bullish action. Don't ever get me wrong, okay? Because see, like you had this sideways going all the way here, and then when she gets ready to rip, she'll rip up real high. The key is you have to do and close above the 74,415 here to go higher. But right now, what you have to do if you're trading Bitcoin, you have just a good, really nice trading range. So just watch the top of that candle. That is going to be what you're going to be looking for in the trading range. If not, then we'll just come to the bottom of this candle, and then we can come down all the way down to there, and then possibly, this 50 SMA, which is moving up very, very nicely, is going to go higher, and it'll be a little bit higher than what that candle is, and that would be your trading range. But for right now, just take this box area from the top of that candle and just trade that level until she's broken, okay, either to the upside or to the downside. Now, when you look at the RSI, well, yeah, you're rolling over here. But there's really no what you call negative divergence. There was right here. Okay, so when you look at the high here, okay, and then you look at an even higher high, but your RSI here, see, this was a negative divergence going on here, but this is basically sideways action. Okay, if you just take that blue part out, this is just a sideways action, which is doing it right there. Okay, so this is really no big deal. Now, your MACD, your green is below your red. That shows your momentum, but momentum to the downside. It's not that has to curl up like what it had here, where your green gets above your red, then you have nice momentum to the upside, and then this is what you get. So on the upside, just watch that 21-day, watch that 8 SMA, and then watch Friday's high. Then we can follow the candles up until you get a retest of 74,415, and then you'd have to see what happens at that time. Is it going to double top and come down, or is it going to break out and then run right towards that 100 area? Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. On the downside, just watch the top of this candle. That's very, very key because that's where your trading range. If not, we just follow this candle down and then your 50-day, and then possibly all the way down here to your 68.20. Okay, next we're going to look at here is going to be gold. Okay, here we have gold, your daily chart. Now we can see exactly what happened there on Friday, but let's just take a look here. So this is the level that we were actually looking for. This is that 2152. It came right on down, and I posted on my past videos here that's what you need to go above. If you can, you're going to go to that 2000 level. So what do? We went all the way up, 2200 level. So this is what we went to 2203, but it closed at 2186. And that was a level that we were looking for if you close above that 2152, and it got there pretty good. And then it's been just going sideways here, action, and then when she just starts stepping up, and then we just had a nice huge rally up. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, hell, I could just buy gold, I can just buy silver, I don't have to worry about nothing, it's just going to keep going higher. Yeah, that sounds good. And look what happened on Friday's action. Okay, so no matter what, though, whatever goes up is eventually going to come down. Always remember that. Okay, so look what we had here for a high. You had 2,448, and look at the low, 2,350. Okay, so you basically had a 100-point swing. Okay, so remember, when you're trading gold, are you ready for something like that? Okay. Are you ready for something like that? It's easy to say, hey, it's just going to run up. I'm just going to buy it and going on up. Well, I say, then you're going to get days like this. And then you're going to say, oh, shit, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? I should have just kind of watched them charts. Okay, so that's what you got to look at. Okay, so now let's take a look at the downside. The key level here is going to be this 2351. That's going to be very key. That is your 8 SMA. Again, if that's lost, we can just follow the candles down. Okay, 2337 here. You have 2321. We can come all the way down here. You're looking at 2350, and this is your big target that you're looking here for is 2258. If that 8 SMA is lost, you can come down here. Now, again, always watch to the left here when you see them price channel. This is going to become support 2225. This is going to become support at 2203 if it keeps on selling, and then you can come all the way down to this level, which is 2252, which lines up very, very nicely here with that 2249, that price channel of all this going on. Okay, and then we have your 50 SMA. But again, that's all based on, I like to show you, if you can, close below that 8 SMA. But I say when you trade stuff like this, the gold traders are a very unique bunch. Okay, so don't ever say, oh, it's just going to keep running forever, because you get a day like this and you get a 100-point reversal, and that'll rip your shorts right off you. Okay, so always watch that. Now, here on the upside, well, what we want to do is just follow the candles right on up here. Okay, so where did it close at? Okay, you closed at 2360. So what you want to do here is you want to watch this candle here. Okay, so you're looking at 23.72 there on the upside. We come over here, you have 23.78. Then we have 23.84. This is the candle that you're looking for here. This is 23.95. A level that'd be the top, and then we could go all the way up here, 24.48. Now again, if you exceed that 24.48, you're going to go to that round number 2,500. Very, very easy. But let's just see how this all going to shake out here now. But if you look at this 8 SMA here, look how strong this has been. Okay, where you're holding everything, going all the way and up here now. Even though it's sold down, see, you're holding this key 8 simple moving average, and that's very, very critical. Okay, so just watch this on the downside. That doesn't mean that on Monday this can't reverse and go right back up again. But you just want to watch this, because if that's lost, look at that 100-day deal where she could come flying right down here, okay, down to here, and then maybe even possibly all the way down to your 21-day. On the upside here, just watch the candles all the way up here. But this is the one that you really want to watch, is that 23.95. That's going to be very, very key. And then again, if you can get above that, then we can aim for your 24.48. Now, here are your RSI here. Well, you're basically, there's no negative divergence going on here. This is just what they call very, very strong. Okay, when you're sitting there, your relative strength index is sitting over your 70 mark. That shows that it's very, very strong. Okay, your green above your red, that shows good positive momentum there to the upside. Very, very nice. Now you can see where your green is kind of curling over. You start getting up to a little high point. Let's just see if that's going to roll over or what's going to happen here. Is this going to lose this 70 now and come down a little bit, or come all the way down? But we have to see on Monday how it is. So just watch that 8 SMA on the downside, and then watch this key level here on at 23.95 there on the upside. Okay, let's take a look here at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now you can see it did the same thing as the old gold, same thing as Bitcoin. Okay, you rallied up very, very hard, and then she came right on down. Now, what we want to watch on the downside here is right here. We want to watch this key 8 simple moving average. Again, because as I say, look how nice once it gets above, how nice it holds. When it gets below it, then you're fighting it. Now we're above, but it's selling off. Even though it's sold off, you're still holding that key level here. Okay, so this is what you want to watch on a downside. Okay, 27.84. If that is lost, then we can just come right on down here. You got 27.64. You want to take this candle going across. You're looking at 27.45, and then you could come all the way down here to this level here at that 26.18 very easily. This is the candle that you want to watch also, is this 25.97. Now, what we also want to do is look to the left of the chart here, because this was like, a really high point on the candles. You want to watch that 26.34, which lines up very, very nice here with your 26.18. So you're just about right there. That should be a good support level if this 8 simple moving average is lost, okay? Because you can see here, even though when it came down below, it held the 21 days. So a lot of times when you follow the 8 up and that's lost, always look right next to the 21 day, because that can become very, very good support levels, and look how nice that is, okay? So again, this is all based on, just because you have one day, that does not make a market. So what we want to do is just watch this key level, this 8 SMA, if you're trading silver, 27.84, and if that is lost, we can follow the candles down. See, you look to the left here. Okay, that's going to be next big target is your 27.32, and then we can come down here to your 26.18. But always go to the left of your chart, because that gives you a little bit more. That was when it ran up here, got us high, and it came all the way down. But you notice that when you had the breakout here, this is the candle that you had to be broken out of, even though it came all the way over here. Okay, so that's the key level. Now here on your upside, well, we just follow the candles all around. Let's see what it closed at. It closed at 27.97, so we just go a little bit higher than that. You got 28.19. We have 28.44. We can come over to this level here, 28.60, and then you have your 27.64, and then we have this price channel, which is 28.65. That's what you're going to be looking at. If you can break above that, then you have a target up here at 29.90. Okay, so a lot of times I say when it goes to round numbers, when I say, oh, it's going to go to an even number, well, it doesn't really get to that even number. See, like 30, see, it came up like 29.90. So if when you trade this, you never say, okay, I'm going to have a sell order at 30. Okay, well, that never usually works. What you always want to do is put it lower than that, because it never a lot of times hits that. Sometimes it does, don't get me wrong, But a lot of times it just goes right below it, 29.90, and that was the top of that whole situation. Now your RSI here, you had a pretty good, really strong here. You're holding that 70 mark. That just shows very, very good strength. So we got to see how it come down and how far it's going to come down. Your MACD, your green above your red, shows good bullish momentum. This is all still a very, very bullish chart. The key is going to be holding that 8 SMA. And if you can come down here and hold the 21-day like you did here, that'd be what you call a good buying opportunity. Okay, let's take a look here at the US dollar. Okay, here we have the US dollar. Now, one thing I was going to say about gold and silver, if you are trading those, okay, an easy way to trade that gold is with GLD. It's an ETF, big volume, easy in, easy out. Same way with silver, SLV, easy in, easy out if you want to trade those two commodities. Now, look at this dollar. Look how strong. Now, I pointed it out many a times here. See where you had a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And then if you look at the really big picture here, you got a left shoulder, a head, and the right shoulder. Okay, so even though this sold down, okay, you never really broke that neckline of this head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so it came down, and then look how nice it's rallying up here now. Now it finished very, very strong. So you're sitting at 1601. So what we want to do is you're right into this resistant level right here now. Okay, see this? That 106. Okay, so that's where you are. You're sitting at 106.01. That's the next level. See that where you have your price channels? Bring right across. That is your next level. Okay, so then what we can do is you can go up. You can go up higher. This area is going to be a big level of support. So let's just call that 106.78. And then we'll take the top of this price channel coming in here, 107.11. And then we have your big retest up there at 107.34. Okay, so you got a good, way to move here. But this is a very, very bullish chart. Now, when you look at your RSI, you're just getting into the 70 level. Okay, so you're just getting there now. Your green is above your red, showing good bullish momentum there to the upside. Very, very strong, the US dollars. Now, again, if this sells down, then what we want to do is we want to look to the top of this candle. You're looking at 105.07. Okay, so this was your nice, good double top situation. You can see where it sold down and then rally right on up here. So this is what you're going to be looking at, 105.07. Then we can look at your 8 SMA at 104.67. Then you have 104.31, your 21-day. Then you start coming right into this 103, 104 area where you have your 200-day and your 50-day. That is going to be very, very strong. And obviously, we have 102 down here, and then we can come all the way to that candle at 102.35 level here, okay? But right now, this looks very, very strong. I say you have so many patterns within a pattern, and that shows a very, very bullish move. Just like what we had here, this just went right straight on up here, okay? So this is what I was talking about. When you lose that 8 SMA, always look to that 21-day for support, okay? And then rally right up. Same way with here, then you have that support. Now, again, once you lose that, you can see here how you fight that 8 SMA, and then you fight the 21-day all the way on down. See how key? And that 8 simple moving average and the 21 simple average, look how nice that works. Because if you lose one, then you just depend on the next one until it's lost. Okay, the same way with here. Okay, you blasted through that 8, but where'd you go? Couldn't go through. Same thing here. Couldn't get through. Okay, all the way down until we get back above it. But this is looking very, very bullish. Obviously, as I say, we've hit right in resistant level now, so we got to see how that's going to shake out. If not, we can just come to the next level, and then there's your big breakout there at 107. On the downside, I say just watch this level here. This is going to be very key because that was like a double top situation. So you can go off the top of that candle at 105.07, and then we can just follow that 8, your 21-day, and then you have your 103, 104 area, which is your 50 and 200-day, and then we have your 100-day right here below that section at 103.46, and then we can come down here. But right now, looking very, very bullish. Looks like any kind of a pullback is definitely a buying opportunity. Okay, let's take a look here at one of my favorites is crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil now. Crude oil here, I do this every day, 3 times a day. I post it. This is always my favorite because it's always in play. No matter how you look at it, okay, it's just not just supply, demand, and demand. It's disruption. It's fear. It's got everything right into one commodity. And I just absolutely just love it. Actually, I think I bleed oil. I don't know. Maybe I do. Anyway, look at here what happened Friday. Okay, so we got as high as 87.67. You went just a little bit above that price channel at 87.63. Now I sold it right into it here, and then I bought it here at the end of the day on UCO. Now I'm not in that long. I'm holding like 2,000 shares of UCO just in case there's another big brouhaha going on there in the Middle East. Now what happened was this was running up here on the fear that Iran was going to attack Israel on Friday, and then they kind of posted it like for the weekend, but then it was unconfirmed information. And when it came out, global news that comes with Thinkorswim charts. Global news is the best. Now there was another news service that we used to use when it was TD Ameritrade, and that was Benzinga Charlie. There's this guy Charlie, and he does all the stuff on Benzinga. And this guy is just absolute killer. He would have the news before it's even out. I don't know how the hell he get it, but this guy was absolutely the best. The problem is it turned into a pay service, and this what Global News is like is a free service, comes right with the charts. So that's the one I go with here right now. Okay, so what do we had here? And it pulled right back because once it found out that it was unconfirmed, then it came right off. Okay, on the daily chart here. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's just look at the downside first. So we want to watch Friday's low. Okay, so you're looking at that 85.24. Then we look to the previous day, 84.84, and then we can come over here at 84.55. This level here is trading very, very nicely because we're basically coming right off of this top of this candle, 84.49. So when you put your line right across, you can see how many times it has hit it. Okay, very nice. So if this comes down, okay, and holds that area, or even comes out to 21, I'll be adding to my position here. Okay, I just don't see where this is going to be ending anytime soon. Plus, we got seasonality, Memorial Day, 4th of July, summer driving, hurricane season here. So this is really the time for oil, and I really think it's going to go higher. I think oil is going to go to a $90 area and then 95, and possible even Hondo. Okay. Now, if you have any kind of a disruption, it can go a hell of a lot higher than that. But really, what we're looking for here on the downside, just watch the top, this 84.49. This is key. Okay. See, coming right across. Very, very nice. Now, then, if it's lost, you come to this 21 day. This is 83.61. And then we come over here, 83.21. And then we come to the top of this candle. You're looking at 83.12, just right below that. So this area here is very, very strong resistance. This here at 84.49, you can see where you just have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through where that's holding it very, very nice. So we got to see what this is now. This is a pretty good sized topping tail candle. However, I think a lot of traders didn't know what to do on Friday. Should I stick with a long? Should I stick with it? Now I sold off, 3,000 of the shares of the UCO, and I just held the 2,000. I mean, I actually rebought 2,000 shares, not the 5,000 shares like I was trading. But I dumped this off right in here and at the top of the market, because if it can't get through that 87.63, it did by a little bit, it's not going higher. That's just reality, okay? So at the end of the day, I bought some more, so we got to see what's going to happen here on Monday. Again, watch that downside. Now, on the upside, here's what you want to watch. You want to watch that 86.06. That's your 8 SMA. Okay, that's very, very crucial. If it gets higher, then here we go, 86.38. Then we'll go right to the top of this candle, 86.63. And then we'll come over here. You have just follow it up, 86.98, 87.10, 87.22, and then 87.63, 87.67. Right, that area is what you're looking for, a breakout. Okay, so we got to see how this all going to shake out here. But right now, you have a lot of fear built in the market. But when you look at this chart, you see the low, higher low, higher low. I mean, this could come all the way down here to this 21 day. It's still making a series of higher lows. It's still a very, very bullish chart. See with that nice rounded bottom going on. Now, your RSI here came off a little bit, okay, because of that candle. Your green here is touching your red, but that doesn't mean that. It can come right here. This is really holding really, really tight. This isn't like a big run up, like you had like right here, or like say even like right here, where you see that MACD run right on up here. So this is basically just cruising higher. See how this price channel is? It goes here and then up a little bit, just stair stepping here all the way up. But what you are really doing is just trading like a nice sideways box here, just like we had here. Okay, so when you look here, okay, so what you're doing, you traded that nice box. I said this many times, higher box, and then we have a higher box. And now we're basically trading here. So if you look at the top of that candle, 84.49, that's the bottom, 83.63, that area there's your top. Okay, so That's what you're trading as a box here now until you break out one or the other. You break down, then we look for the 21 day. Then we can look for this level right there. And then we can always come down, all the way down to this 50 SMA here. But your 50-day crush, your 200-day bullish, 21-day, very, very nice up. Your 8 days up here. Okay, very, very good. But you just have a sideways action just like we had here, just like we had here, just like we had here. For me, a guy like me is great because I'm a trader, a pure trader, and this is a trader's market here on crude oil. Now, again, what you always want to watch then is your next level, and that'd be really the top of this candle. You're looking at that 89, 90, 85. Let's just call that $90. And then this is always what you want to watch. This is that 92.43. Okay, because what it is when this ran up here, okay, you set a high and then you came down and then you broke through that. So then this becomes now, that was support and now it becomes resistance. So this is what you want to look at, 92.43, and then you have your target up here at 95.03. So you have really nice targets. Look at that 90 left. If you break through that price channel, then your next big target is going to be $90. Next big target is going to be 92.43, and then we have 95.03. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Another one of my favorite trades. Okay, I just love it because, again, it always seems to be moving. Now, we're pretty much been a little bit of flatline kind of a situation, no question. But you always look for times like this where you say, I got a high at 364 and I come all the way down here to a low of 223. Okay, this was a shorting opportunity like you just couldn't believe here. Okay, so every day you could scalp long and go shorts all the way on down here. Okay, same way with here. Once you got above, then this was a really good trade. But then see, look at here. So this you always want to watch. So you had that 3.39 high, and then we had 3.37. Classic double top situation. Tells you right away either sell your long, and go short, or if you're just a long trader, just sell your long and get the hell out, because that's where it went. Now, this was that contract roll, and then this is where they announced that they were going to put a pause on some of the LNG, and there was all the pipelines that they had in Louisiana and Texas area. They're going to put a pause on that because right now, just always remember this is election year here in the United States. And, the politicians want to try to please everyone. So this was kind of like a climate change kind of trying to please them, to say, oh, we're going to cut off natural gas. We're not going to ship any more LNG. And then all the climate people came out and they were so happy on everything. But, you have to face reality here. You got to have something. Wind and solar is still only 18, 19%. Now, I have no problem with wind and solar, but it just doesn't have enough to do capacity. It's just like with crude oil. I mean, right now it takes 102 million barrels a day to run the world. 21 million just in the United States. And that doesn't go just for gasoline. Only 7 million goes for that. You have any kind of a products from plastics to pantyhose is made with with oil. This is what a lot of people just don't understand. It's not going away anytime soon. That I can tell you, because now you're just progressively getting more. I remember when it was bound into, we were all using 80 some million barrels a day, and then 90 some, and now you're over 100. So it's getting progressively more and more and more. So again, this is where that sell-off came in. Okay, I don't like to talk politics because it doesn't make any money. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out how to make money off of it, not just talk about it. That's the key to a trader, okay? But now, when we look at natural gas here, you put in the low, and now look at your price channel, okay? See? So we have a higher low. So let's just see what we can do, okay? Now, I showed this here in the last video. See, we had a topping tail, and then we had a red candle. Then we had 3 green. Topping tail, red candle, 3 green. Topping tail, red candle. Now, let's just see next week here if we can get 3 green, and maybe we kept on making higher highs. See where this high right there was 1.906. The recent high was 1.943. So maybe this week here, we can possibly get up to that 2.0. Let's just see how it all goes. Okay, so that's it. Never have an opinion, just to see where it goes. So what we really want to watch here now, you can see here, we have another indecision candle, just like we had last Friday. Same freaking candle. And that one held the 21 day, and so did this. Okay, so this natural gas, it closed at 1.77. And what is your 21 day? 1.76. So it closed right above that. Very, very nice. So what we're looking for is on the upside is you want to watch this 50 SMA. Okay, so you're looking at 1.79, and then we have your 8-day right above that at 1.819. Okay, if we can get above all that, then we go right to the top of this candle. You're looking at 1.85. We look to the top of that, 1.89, and then we have 1.92, and then we're looking there, 1.943. That's your recent high. Above there, 1.95, 1.98, and that's the candle we're looking for, is that 2.0. Okay, so that is going to be very, very key, is this 2 level here. Maybe we can hit that this week if the same patterns shake out. Okay, we got to see now. Again, if we can get above that, then we just follow these candles. 204, okay, we have 210. What do we have here? Yeah, there's another 210. Then we have 212. And then this is the candle you're looking for, 2.168. Okay, so again, if you get above that, then we just look right here to this 100-day, 1.22. And then right here, this is what you're looking for. There's the fill, 2.42. So, okay, so there's your gap and there's your fill. So you're not going to get there, tomorrow or Monday or whatever, but always keep that in mind here, that these gaps and fills usually gets filled, it's like a magnet to a fridge. It just wants to go, okay? So let's just see if this all shakes out very, very nice, the same as it did the last couple of weeks. Now, what you want to watch on the downside, obviously, is this 1.76. That's your 21-day. And then if that's lost, we just follow the candles, 1.70. And then here's your gap, 1.86. There's your fill, 1.67. So there isn't much of a gap or fill, but it's still right there. Then we have 1.64 level here, and then your retest is 1.59, which is the bottom of that candle. Yeah, what I'm saying? So again, it's the same chart. I know I can't really tell you more than what I did last time, but again, there isn't really a whole lot. Now the scalp in here is very good. Now I use UNG for the scalp, for the long, or BOIL. But I like UNG a little bit better. And then you can go with cold, KOLD. That's for the short side. So that it makes it very, very easy. There's a lot of ways to trade. Okay, a lot of ways to trade. Okay, you can use options and futures and anything like that. I just use ETFs. Now remember, ETFs are trading vehicles. These are not buy and hold kind of says, yeah, you can swing trade these for a couple, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Sometimes even like the TQQ, you can swing trade that for months. Okay, but most of the time here, these ETFs are trading vehicles, and that's basically what you want to do. Okay, you just want to trade the market, because that's exactly what we have here, is a trader's market. So come Sunday night when the futures open, watch that key level 1.76, and then watch Friday's low 1.73. That's your downside. Upside, you want to watch that 50-day 1.79 and that 8-day at 1.81. If you can get above that, then you have your big target is 1.943. So we got to see if it does the same thing it did the last couple of weeks. If it did, then we'll put some money in your pocket. If it sells off, we're going to put some money in your pocket with the short. Okay, that's what I got for you there today. We had the Bitcoin, we had the gold, the silver, the dollar, the crude, and the natty gas. All right, thanks for watching.